And that seems like as good a time as any to stop the music. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Today we are continuing the 3-heart run of Ocarina of Time, and hopefully we're going to make it all the way to the Water Temple. But before we can do that, we have the Ice mini dungeon and a little bit more of the Biggoron sword trade sequence to finish up. You see a little bit of movement off to my side. That is my dog. She is locked in here with me. She knows what she did. So, without further ado, let's just jump right back into the game and hope you have fun. There we go. And a little bit of an issue here with just once. I want this to not have any issues. There we go. Hey Sam, hope you're doing good. Can they just release Twilight Princess Wind Waker and Skyward Sword on Switch too? So, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, I believe, are going to be showing up as the GameCube versions on their GameCube channel, but for Skyward Sword, they released the Switch 1 version of it. So I don't think they actually need to re-release it. They also incorporated ways of TV isn't there yet, but fingers crossed they include the one that allows you to use a GameCube controller. Twilight Princess I actually got as a launch title with my Switch, and I could not for the life of me figure it out. I think I got as far as getting the Master Sword and the waggle. I just couldn't do it. And I tried because the rest of that game was so cool. It is what it is. Now, if I had my way, I would just wear this red costume the whole time. I don't know why, I just find Link in red has always connected to me more than Link in green, even though he always has green. And one thing I'm really happy about with this run so far is when I loaded it up, that reset quantity there was still set to 0. So even though I've used fairies along the way, I have not actually gotten a game over strain. Something tells me that this is going to be where that number goes up a little bit, because that Shadow Link fight is going to be the death of me. Am I going for the Biggoron sword? Yes, I am going for the Biggoron sword, but before I can do that, I have to thaw King Zora, because the next step is to get my prescription filled. And since he does not have the medicine itself, but he has the frog that I need to give to the guy at Lake Hylia, I think that's the way it is. So yeah, so I have to actually do the Ice Temple first. Not the Ice Temple, the Ice Cavern first. Then I can get it. So when I was growing up, I didn't understand why the warp to Goron City takes you directly into Goron City, whereas the warp here, the one that's in the Lost Woods, takes you outside of Zora's domain, and yeah, it's because Zora's domain freezes over. Funny that's you with blue. You know, I think I understand that though, because if you take a look at the original Zelda, I want to say that when you get the thirds, like the final upgrade for the sword, it turns you blue. But I actually played more, when I first started emulating, I started playing more Zelda 2 than Zelda 1. And when you use the shield magic spell, it turns Link red. Oh, true, Link to the Past. Yeah, I respect A Link to the Past for what it is, and I've been told many, many times that the reason why I don't particularly resonate with it as much as other people do is because I didn't grow up with it. And that's very true. But, like, I play terrible games all the time. A Link to the Past is good. It's necessary for the evolution of, like, Zelda. But everything everything that A Link to the Past does, Ocarina does better. And I know me saying that out loud has made it so that nobody wants to watch me ever again. But I'm okay with that because that's what I believe. Alright. How do we feel about a remake? So, Sam, you know my thoughts about the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I made them, if you were not aware, and you want to watch the old videos, all of the old streams for Silent Hill have been put up onto the YouTube channel, which is now linked. But I feel like if they redid or remade Ocarina of Time, they would just end up doing the same thing that they did with Silent Hill, that they did with The Last of Us, that they've done with basically every remake that they've come out with in the last 10 years, and that's just make it bigger and larger in scale without actually improving anything. Do I feel that way about FF7 Remake? No, because FF7 Remake is not the same idea. Like, I think the closest would be the Silent Hill 2 remake that added new elements but is ultimately the same story, whereas Final Fantasy VII Remake, they took the name remake and literally incorporated it as part of the story. So it's not just a remake in terms of giving it bigger graphics, changing the combat system, updating the presentation of it, but they've actually remade the story. So when all of the stuff with the whispers and like alternate timelines and all of these different things were kind of coming to a head at the end of the first game, I became infinitely more interested in the game because of the changes. I compare things all the time, different mediums, different ways of telling the exact same story in different ways, or even just when remakes come out and they're talking about different styles going into the same game. And for me, if you're going to retell this story anyways, swing for the fences and make something completely different, because if you just retell the exact same story that you did in 1997, there's no point. It's going to constantly be compared to the original game, and it's going to be detrimental to the art that you're trying to create. Whereas Final Fantasy VII Remake is a full-on, brand new idea behind it, and I am all for it. 2021 Dune did that. Yes, but 2021 Dune, it's different because nobody was able to successfully translate the book onto film until Denis Villeneuve did it. So, I don't know. Like, the made-for-TV movie, well, not the movie, but the miniseries with William Hurt and not Michael Fassbender, but the other one from the X-Men movies, whose name I'm blanking on, and I feel really, really bad for blanking on his name because it is right on the tip of my tongue. That tried to translate it onto film, but it didn't quite work. Or at least it Dune works because it's weird. And you need to... I've spent more time talking about art than I have playing this game. Dune works because if you appreciate its strangeness and the fact that it's not quite the type of story that is conventional, it works a lot better. But if you try to play it straight, it doesn't work. It needs to be an 8-hour movie with no budget. It was, and nobody watched it. Okay, I have 3 fairies. I need to dump them all. I'm not gonna dump them all. If I dump them all, I will die. And I don't want that kill count to go up. Ooh, I'm gonna turn this down a little more. There we go. Now I don't feel like I need to spring. That is why I kept 1 fairy, for when I screw up. There's a Dune point and click that you never played. Really? Yes, definitely give that a whirl. I would love to watch that. I would also love to play it. There's also the Dune 2 Battle for Arrakis real-time strategy game. I remember owning the CD for that, and I have no idea what happened to it. Nope. I mean, it's definitely possible, but I also don't think it's possible because I haven't had a copy of it for 10 years? Pretty sure I left that at my mom's place, and then it's since disappeared, and no computer I own has a disk drive anymore. Now, that being said, it's not like emulation isn't a thing or anything, you know? Delivering milk at 11 p.m. Yeah, sir, you were a godsend in the early days of that. You have no idea. And, like, I cannot thank you enough. That's what Uncle Sam's are for. You're damn right. Oop, that is not what I want. Although you'd think Din's fire would be able to burn everything in this cave. There we go. Is there any more? Did I get them all? I got them all. Now I'm grateful that this section does not have a time limit, because if it did, I'd be screwed. Oh no, it's just the one. That's what. So I've got to be extra careful, because if I slip, I have to gather up all of those rupees again and kill the keys again. I don't think I have the patience for that today. All the way down. That's fine. And push that here. Down here. And then in theory, I still have my one fire for rescuing the King of the Zoras. Now, what I should do... Is that going to send it all the way? Yes, it is. What I should do, technically, is get the bigger wallet, buy the Zora tunic, and then wear the Zora tunic. Oh, did that not work? It did, it did. And then wear the Zora tunic when I rescue the King of the Zoras, because he has an extra little bit of dialogue there. But the extra little bit of dialogue is just him wanting to give you a kiss because you've already gotten the tunic. I don't judge. Blast, I forgot I had to actually do this too. Ooh, I got them all this time. Every time for the last, 10 years that I've tried to do that. Easiest mini-boss ever. Uh-oh. We meet again, my dude. If you came here to meet the Zoras, you wasted your time. This is all there is. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under this thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head for the water temple. This ice is created by an evil curse. The monster in the water temple is the source of the curse. Unless you shut off the source, this ice will never melt. If you have courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, I will teach you the melody that leads to the temple. One moment, I must go get some pie. And break my controller. I'll be right back. Time passes, people move like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition, young love will become deep affection. The clear water's surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon yourself. You have learned the serenade of water. My dude, I'll see you again. I think it's this way. It is wonderful. Alright, now let's get this and this, and this and that. Give me a heart. It gives me arrows. But that gives me a heart after it breaks on my face. Wrong direction. This is the one downside to not having a map. Hey, Brian. And no damage. Well, okay. Alright, part 1 done. Alright. Sorry for the bad voice, everybody. Oh, you've come back to life. Was it you who saved me? Don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater. Oh, this is, well, eye drops. You might say we have them, you might say we don't. We do have the ingredients. If you take the ingredients to the doctor at the lake laboratory, he can make the drops for you. But you need to deliver them fresh. Can you make it before they spoil? I must get pie first. Surprise! So professional, eating on the job. Can I make it before they spoil? Wish me luck, guys. And that would kill a normal person. Oof. Did not realize I took so much damage on that. Come on, climb. Oh, yep, okay, that explains it. Lost a full heart on the drop. I honestly thought it was only half. Probably should get the ghosts too. Having an extra heart, or an extra fairy, I should say, just as a buffer. But I'm gonna be really honest, I only ever did, like, the pose one time. Oh, there we go. Had to talk to him first. Oh, wow. I haven't seen an eyeball frog like this since Zora's Domain froze over. Those eyeballs are so delicious. Tonight I will cook fried eyeballs for the first time in a long time. Oh, such great stuff. Please say thank you to King Zora. Eh? What? These are for making Biggoron's eye drops? Oh, how disappointing. You should have said so in the first place. Here it is. This medicine doesn't have any preservatives in it, so it won't last long at this temperature. Run as fast as you can to Death Mountain. You're young, you can do it. Okay. No, come on. There we go. Now, the only thing I don't like about this trade sequence is that you're not actually able to warp. But I suppose the world map is small enough that it's not that bad. And like, with Epona, the distance is negligible. Oh, that doesn't seem fair. Now, why didn't you jump? There we go. 1 minute to go. Just going straight up. It's gonna be close. Oh, so close. Really? You brought the eye drops? I'm so relieved. I'm gonna use them right now. Alright, I have earned this pie. Wow! Come on. There we go. This is stimulating. It's working great! Now I can get back to my blade business. My work is not very consistent, so I'll give this to you, so you won't forget. After a few days, please return. Wait, just wait patiently. Now, why would I wait when I can? Control time. Now, if I remember correctly, it's 4 days I have to pass. So that's one. That's two. That's three. That sword is my finest work. Yes. Now why the Lost Woods? That should be obvious. I need my fairies back. I'll take it. I honestly thought I was gonna get stabbed on that one. Into the hole. Yeah, directly in. I've done that jump so many times, I'm pretty sure I can just hop in there whenever I want. You know what? I earned all of these fairies. I'm just gonna take all of their power. Alright. Now, one thing that I do appreciate from the 3DS version is that the iron boots, I think in Wind Waker they do it too, but the iron boots are actually an equipable item on the 4 that you get, or it's just like a hotkey that you use the touchscreen on. It does make this next section a lot more bearable. Yeah, the menu to add menu was a nice touch. To be completely honest, just having a second screen where you have your map information and everything was incredibly convenient. And the graphical uptick was just good enough, I found. Like, it was an update without it being like a full-on overhaul. Like, it worked very, very nice. Didn't really use the 3D effect much myself. I do remember me borrowing the 3DS from you and Steph just to play that version of Ocarina of Time ages and ages and ages ago. Now, I've got to say, for as much as everybody just despises this temple, I love it, and I think it's my favorite in the game. But to be fair, I've also beaten it so many times that there's not really any confusing aspect of it for me anymore. Oh, you! If I'm right, my dude? You're my dude, aren't you? It's me, your fiancée, Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. I never forgot the vows we made to each other 7 years ago, and then never saw you again. You're a terrible man to have kept me waiting for these 7 long years. But now is not the time to talk about love. I'm sure you've already seen it. Zora's domain, totally frozen. A young man named Sheik saved me from under the ice. But my father and the other Zoras have not yet. I want to save them all. I want to save Zora's domain. You have to help me. This is a request from me, the woman who is going to be your wife. My dude, you have to help me destroy the evil monster in the temple, okay? Inside the water temple, there are 3 places where you can change the water level. I'll lead the way. Follow me, quickly. That hole in the wall is going to be very useful very soon. In fact, I think it's people bypassing this section or not seeing that hole that causes a lot of the confusion in this temple, because if I remember correctly, there is a key in that section. Never have I been so upset that I can't grab a map. Now what you're supposed to do here is light the torches with your arrows. I am lazy and my aim sucks. Also, so good. I remember one of the game guides you could buy forgot that key. Yeah, you know, that's not surprising. Game guides were not made very accurately. Rockaberry's apple. No. Here's the thing though, I am a little more empathetic towards guide makers of like the retail guides, because a lot of times they're using, if it's not the final build, it's like it's not the final build half the time. It's like, I remember seeing the guide for Grand Theft Auto Vice City talking about finding a hidden package in a bathroom that doesn't exist, but on the unfoldable map that the guide came with, or that came with the guide, I should say. I can't come in here until later. It'll still show you like the right location, but the photo doesn't quite match because there was planned to be a section that had a bathroom and there was no bathroom. Not pie. Well then, Sam, you know what? You are an adult. You can order yourself some pie. Please do. Food is important. Delicious food, just as important. Ooh. Now, do you mean you want a pie and whiskey tasting night, or you're having a whiskey tasting night and you want pie? Well, you know what? Hurry up and order it, because I think Rockaberry's is gonna close soon. That was a nice shot. Got him in midair and everything. I don't think I give myself enough credit for my aim. Like, my aim does, admittedly, suck. And I don't think it's as bad as I think it is. Almost slid down the wrong way and had to redo that whole thing. Need a couple of hit points of damage here. To get the key. That was luck. I really don't want to get hit again if I can help it. Still no hearts. All these enemies are going to give me arrows, but I want hearts. Selfish bastards. Ah. Damn it. Actually trying to remember if there's anything that I truly need in this. But I think this is just a Skulltula. Yep. But on the off chance that one of these has a fairy, just bombs and arrows. No, I am still gonna skip you, you stupid spiky clam. Alright, so that is basically it for the first floor. There's one other section that I just can't get into right now. this the... That's the section that I need to get down after. There you go. Every time. More pie. Now here's what I like. The camera pans on purpose to let you know that that thing is raising up. But what it should also clue you in on is that you need to check under it. Because there's more. There's always, always more. This, I believe, is another section that trips people up. Easy peasy. And that is another section where I believe a lot of people just forget. They forget to check underneath. And so they miss out on the key. I don't actually remember if anything else is in here, though. I don't think so. No. And then further up, once I get the long shot, then I can get that guy. Right now. So that I can't do yet because I need the long shot. This is a door that I can unlock to get further in. This is where I just came from. And let's check here first. No need. Because that is an item I'm not going to be using this playthrough. Ugh. means there really is only one section right now that I can go in. And that is right there. And that is what I wanted. I just wanted another heart. More pie. Alright. Here's hoping I've done enough. Both in preparation and... that is... the exit. Don't need to go there yet, because that leads to the boss of the stage. I guess this is it. How do I feel like I'm missing a key? Push the boulder, one's an exit. I did forget something. I am so silly. In the first section, where you lower the water level all the way down, on the way down, there's a bombable wall that I did not bomb. That's the other key I need. Glad I remembered before I went through that, but still kind of wish that I didn't have to do this all over again. And that, right there. And that is exactly why this particular temple, probably because I've done it so often, is not difficult, it's just tedious. I mean, except for the Shadow Link fight, that's just difficult and tedious. Yeah, it even shows you the hole that is there, so... Oh well. Trying to remember. There's it here. Darkling's health is proportional to yours, so only when they have to. Well, that is good to know. Because I'm gonna be really honest, right now I'm tempted to go and like raise the water level and then go get my hearts again and my fairies, because I am that apprehensive about this fight. But if he is, like, if he is only as strong as I am, then I just have to get lucky with a couple of hits with the Biggoron sword. I've also seen strategies with the Megaton Hammer, and I've seen strategies with, like, the guide that I had, which was like the official Nintendo guide, suggested using spin attacks. Use Dinspire. I never actually thought about using Dinspire. That's an idea. What are you doing? Oh, finish him with pure luck. I don't have that much luck, Brian. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any at all. So I really don't know if that's the call here. There we go. Ooh, more magic and more magic. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, Brian. I hope this works. Loading up on Pinergy. Watch the reflection. No reflection. And there he is. I have been dreading this fight all week. Wow. 3 hits with Din's Fire. That was so anticlimactic. What is the opposite of me using a fairy and then taking 1 hit to kill a boss? So yeah, that's it. That is the hardest part of this game. It theoretically should be smooth sailing throughout the rest. My dude, be careful. Don't get swallowed up by the vortex. Yeah, that's another one that I read, and I don't think I've ever managed to get it to work. I'm gonna go straight down. Oh. Nope. I always thought that was funny. The game that basically invented Z targeting is like, don't use Z targeting on the hardest fight in the game. And yeah, was this the room? It is perfect. Kind of wish I would have bottled that one, but I was also on my last heart, so I suppose it'll be okay. Well, that doesn't seem fair. Nope. Well, at least I didn't lose any heights. Alright, last time. I got this. I don't got it. I'm just gonna go back up. Oh, yeah. All that work for nothing. Because came here too soon, and I need another key. And that other key is all the way up at the top. Thankfully, I think anyways, we've made it to, it's on the second level. That's not fair. Actually, no, that's completely fair. That's me not remembering. Nope. No, I need arrows. Just in case I mess this up. Because I will mess this up the first time. I don't need rupees. I have more than enough rupees. I need arrows. Money! The one thing I don't need. Well, in this game. Alright, so we're gonna raise the water level. Because we need it at the top anyways. This is not the right section. I don't need to fall anywhere. Here? Nope. Yes. Excellent. Now I have to go all the way around again. Oh. That was luck. That could have ended up a lot more painful. one. And 2. There we go. Every time. All 3 berries. Alright, boss time. Thank you for the bombs that I do not need anymore. Wow, it's like they know that this part is such a pain in the ass. No. Forward, 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 forward. Yes. Saving. And eating some pie. Uh-oh. Come on, almost. Only hit the spikes one time. The streak is broken. I have beaten Dark Link, and I have beaten this thing. I only lost the fairy to one of those random side creatures. Once again, I have earned this pie. My dude, I would have expected no less from the man I chose to be my husband. Zora's domain and its people will eventually return to their original state. As a reward, I grant you my eternal love. Well, that's what I want to say, but I don't think I can offer that now. I have to guard the water temple as the Sage of Water. You're searching for the Princess Zelda. Huh, you can't hide anything from me. Princess Zelda, she's alive. I can sense it, so don't be discouraged. I can tell that nothing will stop you in your quest for justice and peace. You must take this medallion. Take it respectfully. You receive the Water Medallion. Ruto awakens the Sage and adds her power to yours. If you see Sheik, please give him my thanks, okay? As the water rises, the evil is vanishing from the lake. My dude, you did it. Did Ruto want to thank me? I see. We have to return peace to Hyrule for her sake too, don't we? Look at that, my dude. Together, you and Princess Ruto destroyed the evil monster. Once again, the lake is filled with pure water. All is as it was here. got the fire arrow. Now, we're going to do a couple more things, but I don't think we're going to have time for another temple. Instead, I'm going to go to Kakariko, learn of the... what is it? Not a bolero. It's not a requiem. The Shadow Temple one. Then I'm going to go back to being a small child, set off the events to drain the well in Kakariko and go into that particular temple. I'm not actually going to start it. I don't think I'm going to call it a night, because my daughter, she did not sleep well last night, and I am exhausted. Kakariko is on fire. Hello, Luna. Yeah, you need to go out soon too, huh? Yeah, in a few minutes. Get back, my dude. Looks like you're coming around. My dude, a terrible thing has happened. The evil shadow spirit has been released. Impa, the leader of Kakariko village, had sealed the evil shadow spirit in the bottom of the well. But the force of the evil spirit got so strong, the seal of the well broke, and it escaped into the world. I believe Impa has gone to the Shadow Temple to seal it again, but she will be in danger without any help. My dude, Impa is one of the 6 sages. Destroy the evil shadow spirit and save Impa. There is an entrance to the Shadow Temple beneath the graveyard, behind this village. The only thing I can do for you is teach you the melody that will lead you to the Shadow Temple. This is the melody that will draw you into the infinite darkness that absorbs even time. Listen to this, the Nocturne of Shadow. let me take care of the village. I'm counting on you, my dude. Now we set up a time paradox, because you can't learn this song without teaching it to this man right here. He doesn't know this song until you play it right now. But he's also the one that teaches it to you in the future before you teach it to him in the past. Make it make sense. So, now that the well is drained, we can just hop right on down. Could use the ladder, but why would I make sense now? And this is where I'm going to call it for the night. So, on the one hand, I am super duper happy that I managed to make it all the way to the end of the water temple without dying, without using a fairy even. The Shadow Link fight was much, much easier than I was expecting it to be. However, that's it for now. See you again on Sunday at 8:30, where I hope to get through the well and the Shadow Temple, and maybe, if we're lucky, the Young Link portion of the Spirit Temple. So, 8:30. If not, there's always going to be the upload on YouTube. The link is actually on my Twitch page now. And until next time, just enjoy the music and have yourself a good night, everybody.